Hello and welcome to our training video dedicated to the roles and permissions feature.
So, what is the OpenLM roles and permission feature? The OpenLM server supports a role-based security feature that enables system administrators to implement customized access to OpenLM tools. This feature facilitates the use of the OpenLM tools for various stakeholders according to specific needs. The role-based system secures the resources of the OpenLM system entities, such as listed servers, fields, and action buttons. So, to summarize, OpenLM roles and permission feature gives you a basic user role lacks any configuration privileges. The administrator can choose the reports she or he can see, or whether to schedule a report or not. The administrator has the power to distribute different resources to different users. This means that certain user will be able to see and act on different parts of the OpenLM interface. It is up to you who see what. The administrator has access to all the resources, such as remote license managers actions, upload and download files and reread license files, editing rights such as directory sync, building ServiceNow integration, and much more. It actually goes beyond the predefined roles and permissions and lets you customize and configure the system access to a very granular level. The last part of this lesson will give you a hands-on demonstration on how to create a custom-made role and assign them to different users and groups. So, by default, OpenLM offers 11 roles with assigned resources. These can be assigned to certain users, ranging from the administrator role down to a very basic user role that can only see the data the administrator chooses him to. Permitting a resource is the act of granting to the role a certain accessibility level to that resource. Each permission is attached to a specific resource, granting it a permission attribute. Permission attributes may hold either one of the following values: allow, disable, or deny. A set of such resource permissions is referred to as a role. Roles are attributed to certain groups in a company, each group having different accessibility options to the OpenLM resources. Roles implementation may be set on enabling the differentiations of users and groups according to permission levels, or turned off altogether, thus granting all user and user groups a full accessibility to all the system resources. But this would mean that you give them full administrative rights. Okay, now we've seen the differences between custom-made roles and basic standard OpenLM roles. Let's talk about the permission arbitrations, because there might be a conflict between these two. It is possible to grant resource a permission to single users independently. Also, permissions may be inherited from parent roles. If one method grants permissions and the other denies it, this is a mismatch condition. In this case, an arbitration procedure is executed. The closest entity to a single user, that is a permission attribute granted to an individual user, or to the youngest child of an inherited attribute, is the most powerful. If two contradicting attributes of the same strength are applied, an unknown condition may occur. Okay, so before we get to the hands-on part, please be accustomed with the following resource categories we have. Starting from permissions to add groups, members, and project roles, to license activity reports, view, and so on. Now let's access the Easy Admin user interface and create a custom base role and assign resources.
So I am in my Easy Admin user interface. Click on Start, Administration, and Roles. Let's create a custom role with custom access to different stakeholders in the company. Now, we can either create a new role by clicking the Add button, but the easy way is to duplicate an existing role, for example, general user role, which this role holds the bare minimum for seeing the Easy Admin. So I will duplicate this role and I will edit it as per my needs. We can start now to assign resources to the role by clicking the Edit button and going to the Resources tab. As I can see here, all these resources are inherited from my previous role, General OpenLM user. And I can see here that I can choose for these inherited resources whether to allow permission, to deny, or to disable. I can also add more resources from my list. If you are looking for resources regarding one topic, you can use the search button. For example, I want to see all the resources related to groups. I will type here groups. And I can, for example, choose delete a group. I will select it, and this resource is added to my to my role. I can also select multiple resources at once using Control button. Okay, now that we have added all the desired resources to the custom role, let's save the changes. And we can add users to it. I will click Save. And I'll go back to the Role Details tab. And I will add users. I see that there are no users for now. I will click on Add button. And I will add my users. The same is valid for users. You can use the Command button, Control button, to select multiple users or search for them and click Select. The same is true for groups. I can add groups by clicking the Groups button. I see there are no groups related to this role now. I will click Add. I can see the tree view or the list view. And I will choose the group I want this role for. So I will choose several groups. Now that we have created the group and added users or group, we can save the changes. That's it. Thanks for watching.